Kevin, it's a very satisfying 4-0 win over Kettering Town this afternoon. An important victory given that I think everybody else in the top five won as well. So in order to keep pace with them, I think probably important as well given the results in the last two games as well that you've come back with a win.
Very much so. We've done all right in large periods of both of those games. Certainly the first half last Saturday we've done really well. Not so well in the second period. For big parts of Tuesday's game we've done really well and got ourselves in a great position, and to let 2 points slip is disappointing for everybody. But I think today that the way that we've bounced back and the attitude that we've shown to it was terrific from everybody. I think we started a little bit slowly. I think Kettering kind of sat off us a little bit, and one or two of our players were a little bit loose with the final ball, and some of the passing wasn't up to the level that we needed to. But when we upped that, and we end up getting in pockets between the lines and moving it as incisively as we know we're capable of. We've got in good moments and scored two good goals to get ourselves into the lead. Built on that nicely in the second period and won the game in probably as efficient a manner as we have this season. And it's allowed me to make substitution and comfortable substitutions and players to go on there with little worry for the result. I think the game's has been put to bed, and we've had opportunity to win in that manner on previous occasions and not done it. And I need to understand and know exactly where the likes of Ty Webster and these players that we can fit into it and see where they're at, exactly where they're at. He's gone on there and done very well in a comfortable position. And it's important that, like I say, where we can put the game to bed early and afford these players time that we do, and we end up learning about, their capabilities.
Sure. Do you think the players were stung a little bit by what's happened in the last week? I mean, I think maybe especially in terms of Tuesday, because this message about not killing teams off is something that you've repeated it quite often. And I think people can see it, but do you think it maybe took getting that kick up the backside, as it were, of a 2-0 lead disappearing on Tuesday to make them realise they needed to do that today?
Yeah, possibly so. How nasty and, like I say, ruthless you have to be in games, and really putting them away into bed. And at 2-0 on Tuesday night, as we've said afterwards, to not then go and score a third goal and really kill the game off, it's disappointing for us in an area, as we know, we've got to do better in. But we did that today. Ricardo's gone through, brilliant rounds the goalkeeper, sticks in the back of the net, in a real comfortable position then. And like I say, it just allows other players in the group and the squad to go in there and get some minutes into their leg. And it is about being efficient in these situations and making sure that when chances and opportunity come along that you take them. You win the game in the manner that you want to win it. Because they're not all like that. And we've got some real tough tests coming. And we're just, like I say, always learning, always trying to understand, and always trying to improve.
Sure. It doesn't strike me that confidence is low necessarily, but there have been some nice little confidence builders in that game today. I think the goal for Ricardo and a couple for Montel. Is he claiming the first one?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I wasn't clear that it came off him or the defender, but I did imagine he would want that one for himself. And a first goal for the club for Carl Storer as well. So there's some nice little boosts there, I would think.
Yeah, having a penalty taker, we missed penalties this season, and Kyle showed real confidence and composure in that moment, which is good. Hopefully moving forward, we'll get other opportunities like that. Montel keeps going, keeps doing the right things. I thought he worked the line really, really well today, got hold of the ball for us and joined play up for us. And delighted with the manner of the two goals that he scored. The second one, obviously a typical centre forward's header in the box, but it's a good ball into the box that gives him that chance. Getting in between the width of the post is something we've got to encourage him to do more often, and to make more use of himself. But he's been really honest out there, and he always adds something to the team. And like I say, that the first one's possibly a little bit scruffy, but I'd take scruffy goals against certain teams we've played here, and not got ourselves over the line, and where we've drawn games here that really we should have been winning. But yeah, Ricardo's has shown great composure and a good learning moment for him. So yeah, hopefully there's plenty of positives that have come out of today. Clearly, I'm understanding Kettering and perhaps having a little bit of a difficult time at the moment. The confidence is not high, but you've still, you've got to go and beat these sides. It was you know, I just said earlier, the few teams that have come in and sat back against us, and we've had difficulty breaking down. Always your concern is that you know that it might be the case today, but credit to the lads, score the goals and won it nicely.
Sure. I think the substitutions of Kyle and Jordan Pickett, just an opportunity to get them off. And I think Kyle at one point looked like he had got a little bit of a bump or something. And
you know, we had a pre-match test just to make sure he was absolutely where we needed him to be. Great that, like, you know, Reece and Sam are available to you know, sit on the bench at the least. So yeah, and to have everybody in around it. Hopefully we had a strong week this week. Matty hopefully should be fit and available. So you know, players being fit and available is what you want as a manager. You want to make those difficult decisions, and we've had to, you know, leave a couple out today that obviously will be disappointed. But you know, I can't make any apology for that. It's just where it is. I want those difficult decisions to make so that we're as strong as we possibly can be each and every time we take to the field.
Sure. I would say it's a significant game next week, but I think they're all significant from here on in. 13 remaining. Stratford, obviously, there'll be a focus on that one because they're just a point ahead. But you're going into it off the back of a victory, so you're feeling good about that.
Yeah, and you know, Stratford are having a terrific season and been very consistent. I think they're 4 back-to-back now that they've won, I believe, something like that. So yeah, you know, they came here and made life really difficult for us. It wasn't one where we could put any real daylight between us and them. We had to stay on the metal, you know, throughout the 90 minutes. Fortunately, we come through the game, but yeah, you know, they've got some good players about their ranks, and we're very respectful of what they're able to do. But similarly, you know, there's hopefully a nice confidence within our group that we can, you know, go there and give a good account of ourselves, and you know, playing in a similar fashion to what we did today.
Okay, Kevin, we're losing the light a little bit, but thanks very much for your time, and we'll speak to you next week.
Thank you.